This is Hollywood. Your pal Matías Bombal with you, and Paramount brings us another in the series of Jack Ryan adventures, the crafty CIA analyst hero conjured by Tom Clancy in many books, and now, of course, in 4 movies, starting with The Hunt for Red October in 1990. Young Chris Pine stars in the title role Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit, in this action-suspense thriller where he uncovers a Russian plot to crash the U.S. stock market and launch a Wall Street terrorist attack. This is being presented in an IMAX presentation at an IMAX theater near you and in standard digital projection in other theaters. I generally enjoy this type of screen attraction, and although the music was overbearing and unnecessary with constant drum crash sounds which are so overused by almost all big action movies these days, the story is entertaining, offering occasionally the unexpected in a very stylish manner. The camera has a little too much lateral movement back and forth for my taste, but I don't think that it will take away from your enjoyment of this fun thriller. Here we see the first meeting of the protagonist and antagonist in this story, where we drop in to audit a Russian banker suspected of evil doings.
Victor Sherevin.
Jack Ryan.
How was your flight?
Fine, thank you.
And the jet lag? That first night can be brutal.
I survived.
What can I do for you?
Routine audit.
So routine it couldn't be done from New York?
Not when you're concealing accounts from us.
You Americans like to think of yourselves as direct, but I wonder if perhaps you are just rude.
You Russians think of yourselves as poets, but perhaps you're just touchy.
That's Chris Pine there, and yes, Kenneth Branagh is the villain in this film on screen, and very good he is on it. He has some great moments, and like Erich von Stroheim, he's the man you love to hate. He also happens to be the director of this movie, which was written by Adam Kozad and David Cope, based on the Clancy characters. I mention the writers as there is a sequence in the movie in New York City that offers a tip of the hat to the classic Paramount film Sorry, Wrong Number, with Barbara Stanwyck, which is seen playing at one of the finest art theaters on the globe, the Film Forum in New York City. As a movie theater booker and film programmer myself, I always kept an eye on the bookings made by Anita Manga at the Castro Theater in San Francisco and Bruce Goldstein at the Film Forum in New York for their very clever programming that they presented there, and as a guide to what interesting films might be available at theaters that I was booking myself. It's clear here that the writers of Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit share my immense appreciation for the fine work of Bruce Goldstein in the programming of the Film Forum to this day. Kevin Costner appears as Jack Ryan's CIA mentor, and in this scene, we see that Jack's girlfriend is willingly drawn into the intrigue.
You're not involving her in this.
You involved me in this by not telling me.
You gotta get her out of here. Send her home.
Well, what are you going to tell Sheriffin that I'm home?
These are dangerous people, Kathy. You cannot be here.
If you told me who you really were,
I took an oath. I took an oath. I couldn't tell you unless we were married, and you wouldn't marry me.
That's why you wanted to marry me? So that you could tell somebody
come
you were
on,
in the
of course
CIA?
not.
You
I'm-
lied to me for 3 years, and you were good at it. I think you actually
Kathy-
enjoyed it.
Can we have a minute, please?
No, you can't.
I would like to talk to Jack
This is
alone, please.
geopolitics. It's not couples therapy. Do I really have to remind you what's at stake here, Jack? There's a very real scenario here where we don't get out of this alive. Any of us.
The lovely lady playing Jack Ryan's love interest there is Keira Knightley. It's interesting to note how there seems to be a shift from the Middle East to the Russians being the villains in films once more. That said, it was delightful to see one of the world's favorite cultural ambassadors from Russia, the ballet legend Mikhail Baryshnikov, in an uncredited cameo role as a Russian cabinet minister. He really should do more acting. Chris Pine is showing that his skills increase with each production, and it may turn out that his talent may exceed his boyish good looks. Time will tell. Overall, this is an average production, but enjoyable if you want to spend some time at the movies with action and thrills, made larger than life in IMAX presentations, and will still be good entertainment in standard, modern digital screenings. This is your pal, Matías Bombal, bidding you a fond farewell.